Hey everybody, it's Peter from Brantford Kia. Welcome to our live video series. Today we are taking a look at two cars because of your comments. Actually, your comments on Instagram is where I got this video from. So we are looking at the Kia Forte EX and the Kia Forte LX. Now these two happen to be 2020 models. However, there's really no change for 2021. So you can see the same cars there. The only real difference is on this EX model, they changed the wiper blades. So that is the only change that I'm aware of. And that's what we're going to talk about. So before we get going, if you want to see the content of this video and you're not watching live with us, you can skip ahead to the 3-minute mark, and that'll be where we start in on the content. Those of you who are regulars, you're stuck with me for a bit, and we'll show you how to join us. If you want to join us live, every weekday we do this live at 2 o'clock. We take a bunch of videos in here, and Elver just noticed my glasses. I was going to address that in a second. We'll talk about that in 1 second. All right, so here we go. If you want to join us live, go to YouTube. You're probably already there. Search for Brantford Kia. You can see us there. Refresh the page exactly at 2 o'clock, and you will see a live video up here right there. If you don't see it here with the little live tab, then what you need to do is click the videos tab, and it'll be the first video. You'll see it live there. We're going to click that. We're going to see it come live, and there's some comments there. All right, so let's just talk about the elephant in the room, which is my glasses. All right, yeah. Okay, so let me flip it around here. Okay, here's the deal with my glasses. In February, I did a STEAM conference for high school kids in Brantford area, and I set my glasses down on the podium, and I lost them. And because I was getting interviewed by the media, we went to get food, and yada yada. They were there, and I couldn't go back and get any more glasses. I couldn't get back and find them because COVID hit. So I've been without glasses since February. These ones are taking me a while to get used to. I would normally take them off for the video, but they want me to wear them as much as possible. So I'm going to be off camera for a while. They look better in person than they do in real life or in camera. But I am getting used to them because my eyes have to get used to them for a bit. I already called them this morning and said I don't like them, and they said, "Don't worry, you'll get used to them." So that's the story with my glasses. We will probably try to avoid looking at me the rest of this video, and until I get used to them. And if I bang my head or fingers on things, we'll blame it on the glasses. All right. So this video, let's see what else we're talking about. Coming up soon, there's a Kia Sportage out there behind that white pickup truck. It is a 2021 model, as far as I know, and it is the SX. So tomorrow at 2 o'clock, we're going to have that car in here. We'll probably do a walk around of that soon as well. I'm working on getting a walk around of the Kia Stinger put together. I did do a video on EV service, and actually that's one thing I want to face the camera for. All right, here's the deal with EV service. People call me probably weekly who own EVs, and they're frustrated because their dealers don't know service. So if you're a dealer and you're watching this, if you want me to not tell your customers to come service with us, you got to know your stuff. Our people do. So we did a video. I put it up this morning on EV service. We took my own service, EV in for service, and we talked about that. So that's a good video, I think, to show you that EVs are not vehicles that require no service. They do require some service, and we talked about what that is. If you're going to buy an EV or you're going to service an EV, if you're anywhere in Ontario, please deal with us. And again, if you're another dealer watching my videos, you got to know your product. I get so many calls after people buy their cars because they were sold on a car, sometimes through these videos, and they bought locally, and then the service department does not know it. So that video is up there just for you EV owners or potential EV owners. You can look at that. And sorry to those that jumped in at 33 minutes and we're half a minute late here. We'll get back. All right, here we go. Okay, so I will get to your questions in a minute here. What we're going to do is we're going to lead into these cars. So those of you who don't follow me on Instagram, you can. My Instagram is at Peter_Brantford_Kia. I don't really worry too much if you follow me there, but some people find that helpful to see what's coming up. And I often take your suggestions. This video is directly from your suggestions on my Instagram story this morning. You wanted to see the EX versus LX Forte. Luckily for you, that fits in very well with what we're talking about right now. I chose Christmas colors, red and white, and that's because we have Unwrap a Deal going on right now, which is our Christmas sale already. These cars are really, really good deals. So these happen to be 2020s. 2021 is identical, other than the wiper blades. And let's take a look right here what we're looking at. This is the 2020 website. We do not have the LX manual transmission. We've had a number of those in stock. Those are all gone for now. Maybe you can get one, but not in stock right now. LX and EX are the two models we're looking at. You can see the price difference here. $19,295, $29.95. Now, I will throw out, Pat is my boss. Many of you who are regulars have seen him comment on these videos. Sometimes he's walked through the video. When he says to us, and he did say this in a manager's meeting the other day, he goes, if you know anybody who needs a really good, inexpensive car, let them know about this car right here. So that car right there, the LX, the 2020s, we have a number of them still in stock, is on a crazy good deal. If you're looking for a fairly basic car right now, it truly is an act now. You can get the car now. The deal's on now. Availability is going to be limited, but if you're looking for a brand new car and you want a really, really, really good deal, that car's a great deal. Now, this is still a 2020, 0%, 84 months, unwrap a deal. You can get stuff. You can win up to $10,000 in holiday bonus money on either one of these cars, but that car in particular is just a silly good deal. So, and we have a number of them. So we'll talk about that in a second. We're going to go through these cars. What are we doing today? We're going to go through each one of these cars, look at the similarities and the differences. We're going to look at the trunk space. We'll look at the rear seat space. We'll look at whatever you want. I am going to talk a little bit about some of the safety features in these cars. And we go about a half an hour. So from now until the 30-minute mark, we're going to talk about these cars. And at the 30-minute mark, we'll probably go a little off topic for a few minutes if you guys want. And then we'll wrap it up. So that's where we're headed. Grab yourself a beverage and some food. The other thing I'm going to ask for, we tend to get between 150 to 190 views. The other day we had 190 on one. 150 is fairly common for us. I like to get to 30 likes in these videos, which means if all 12 of you that are on right now want to hit the like button, 13 of you on, if you all want to hit that like button right now, that'll get us almost halfway there, and that'd be great. I appreciate that. Okay, here we go. Anybody have a choice? Do you want to see LX first or EX first? It doesn't matter to me which one you want to go first. I'm leaning LX, but you tell me what you're thinking. Safety first. Okay, should we do the safety systems first? Okay, so let's start with the LX first. Oh, you say EX? Oh, it looks like we're, oh, everybody's saying EX. Okay, so we're going to start with the higher trim level, and we'll talk about what you lose on the LX model as opposed to the lower trim level, talk about what you gain on this model. So I think, oh, it's equal. LX, EX, LX. Okay, sorry, I think we're seeing more LX. We're going to start here. That's where I was ready to go anyways. LX Forte. Again, this is a crazy good deal right now. Bi-weekly, $111 a month. We did a pricing on this, and somebody tried to argue with me. Oh, there's still dealer fees and other stuff, and I showed the price. I'm like, literally, you can come in and buy it at that price. So we'll talk about that. $111 a month. I believe it's plus taxes. Point is, we don't kind of mess with pricing here. Just come in, tell them you want the vehicle from this video. $111 bi-weekly. They'll explain all the details to you. Let's take a look. Inside this car, all right, first of all, you've got halogen lights up front. I always talk about the projector beam headlights. Last night I drove in snow, and I want to talk about one thing that's really important. You can see sort of this domed kind of look. I'm filming them off right now. I'll do it on later. I don't know if you can see it, but that kind of domed look, what it does is it focuses the light, and it creates a really sharp cutoff. When you're driving in snow, which is what I was doing last night, if light scatters above, you end up seeing all of that snow, and it blinds you a little bit. When you have that sharp cutoff, it lights up just the road, but it doesn't give you any extra glare. It also doesn't give any other drivers the extra glare, and it's a much better headlight. So that is why these used to be on sort of higher end cars. They are standard on the LX now. We'll talk about some differences between this headlight and that headlight in a second, but those are good headlights to have. Yesterday, you guys asked why there's no fog lights on the Forte. We will chase that down. I'm pretty sure it's a cost thing, but you told me some head office questions. That is one of them I will send to head office and see what they'll say to us. Coming over here, you'll notice a couple different things here. Signal lights will be in the mirrors on the red car. They're not in the mirrors here, so if that's something you really, really want. Yes, these are 2020s. However, the 2021 is the same car. The only difference is the red one has different wiper blades. The EX has different wiper blades. So in this case, LX and EX are the same car. Come along the back. We'll look at the lights in a second back here. But that's the basic design of the car. Let's look at the driver's environment because this is where you're going to see the real differences in this car. So we'll hop in here. It is a key start car. A couple things you're going to look at. You're going to see two little buttons missing there. We're going to talk about those in the next car, the EX model. Turn the vehicle on, and you've got basically the same dash we've got in all sorts of our cars. Left side tach, right side speedometer. This one says maintenance required. That's because it's on a timer. And we have not, like I said, this is a clear out. This has been around for a couple months, actually. This one's been around longer than others, but I like the white. So let me go down here. What do I want to show you? Speedometer's there. Trying to go over here. No, I'm not trying to go there. I'm trying to go down to here. There's your drive modes. We talked about that yesterday. Don't worry about fuel efficiency. We'll look at that some later if this car idles. But the drive modes on this car is the same as on every one of the Fortes, and it has the smart mode, which I will switch to right now. Drive mode is normal. Drive mode is sport. Drive mode is smart. You can see a little economical and aggressive section down there. And you see how it says smart eco? If you're driving this car economically, it will stay in eco. It will move to smart normal or smart sport as you drive aggressively. Smart is the way to drive this car. With this IVT transmission, IVT transmissions are amazing for fuel efficiency. I have no problems exceeding the fuel economy ratings. Now, let's just call the elephant in the room. Why does the fuel efficiency say 21.1 liters per 100 kilometers. Simply put, I reset this very recently, and I've been idling the car outside to warm it up a little bit before I came inside. So that's why you see terrible fuel efficiency. We'll talk fuel efficiency in a minute. It is nowhere near 21.1. I can exceed that fuel efficiency number on this car, and it's very, very good. Moving over here, Android Auto and Apple CarPlay are standard. That means you have navigation right to yourself or right from your cell phone to this big 8-inch screen. Same screen as the Stinger, and you can see the backup camera. It is a crystal clear screen. And I want to show you there, if I turn the wheel a little tiny bit, you can see the blue line tells you where you're going or where the car is if it's straight. And the other line sort of curls with the car. It's not perfectly curled with the car, but the point is it gives you a pretty good guide. And the square line lines up very nicely with traffic or parking lines. So when you're reversing in this car or any Forte, any Kia really, that blue line, when it's parallel with the parking lines, you know you can turn the steering wheel back to straight and you will be perfectly straight in the lines. So this is a good indicator of where you're going to be. And it's really important to have those double lines, the one that steers with you and the one that goes straight with the car. All right, coming down here, you have manual climate controls, so very simple manual climate controls. Of course, you have air conditioning. Down here is a little tray. Now, in the Soul, the base model, actually in the Celtos base model, this isn't as rubbery. Well, we showed that the other day. This one has a rubbery feel. It holds your phone really nicely. And then you have your Android Auto Apple CarPlay USB plug here. That's the one you're using to get Android Auto Apple CarPlay. Over here, you have two 12-volt tabs right there. This is also storage space. You have heated seats, but no heated steering wheel on this car. Drive modes we talked about, and the automatic transmission, which of course is there. So rump roasters, heated seats are pretty nice. You have a leather-wrapped steering wheel, but it's not heated. Cruise control is standard right there. And of course, audio controls on the steering wheel. And of course, automatic headlights, which we'll talk about a little bit later in the video. Power windows, power locks. A pretty nice car. If you come from a used car, you're going to see, okay, no big deal. Oops, let me show you up here. Nothing above the mirror. That's one of the things you're going to start looking for in Kias. Is there anything above the mirror? Because if there is, you have more functions. Not wireless CarPlay. They don't have that on anything at this point other than the K5. And I assume the upcoming Sorento may have it, but they haven't confirmed that with us yet either. So this is basically the LX model. A really, really nice car, especially if you're moving from a used car. And what you're looking for is something that is efficient and inexpensive to buy. I have friends of mine that thought they wanted a minivan, but they started looking at the cost of that. They only had 2 kids. And really what they wanted is something that was just going to be inexpensive over the long term. Cheap to run, cheap to maintain, very cheap to buy right now, the LX model. And if you're not used to really advanced technologies, you won't even miss them. Now, when I'm talking about advanced technologies, let's move over to the EX. The biggest advanced technology in this car is people are surprised it will steer for itself. It can keep itself centered in the lane. Now, people are surprised to hear that on a Forte. Does it feel like a Tesla autopilot? Not quite. The lane keep assist is similar, but the lane follow assist brings it closer to that with the Smart Cruise. This doesn't have those, but it does have the lane keep assist. Now, part of what that does is when it steers for itself, and it's not scary or anything, what it can do is it keeps the car centered in the lane, keeps you from losing the lane markers. So if you're, distracted by your screen, the car will stay centered in the lane above 60 kilometers an hour. Kind of a cool feature. But the other thing that camera does, and you'll have to excuse me, this is a dirtier car. We had some snow sitting on there and I didn't clean the car. That little camera there looks out over the front of the car and it can see traffic in front of you. So it can give you autonomous emergency braking is what a lot of people call it. So the idea is collision avoidance. If it can, it will try to brake at the last possible second, and it will try to avoid a car in front of you. So if you're not paying attention, this car is capable of stopping on its own. Now, test that like you test your airbags. In other words, don't test that. Someone could get hurt. There's a number of situations where it won't react. It'll let you keep control if it feels you're in control. In other words, if you want to hit that car to avoid a baby carriage, it will let you hit that car. It won't do crazy things. But just keep in mind, it is capable of stopping for itself. And seeing those things. That's a big safety feature. Collision avoidance is the big thing with safety avoidance things. Real quickly, we're about halfway through our video right now. 26 people are on. I know it looks like we have 19 likes, so you assume that all 26 people now have, or 19 of the 26 people have hit that like button. Like I said, around 150 to 170 is typical for these views. I try to get to 30 likes. If all 25 of you hit those likes button right now, we're going to skyrocket past 30 likes, and that would be awesome. So do me a favor, hit the like button, and we'll keep going through here. All right, we're going to jump in this car now. This is the EX. Like I said, this happens to be a 2020. It's identical, other than we have different wipers on the front now. All right, jumping in here. I didn't mention the tilt and telescopic steering wheel in the other car. You do have that in both of these cars. Same seats, they're manual seats, but they are height adjustable in both cars. And right now, looks like nobody heard me when I said hit the like button. That's a little hurtful. Anyways, here I am slaving away for you. All right, let's turn the dash on. It looks identical, and that's because it is. You have tire pressure monitors in this car. You can see the drive mode. Right now it's in normal mode. We're going to switch it to smart as well. Something that I didn't show in the other car. You can see that drive mode change up here if you wanted to. Just kind of a cool way to show it. You can choose if you want it there or not. Just going to turn the fan off for a second. Now, what I want to show you is, remember I said there was those two dead buttons down there in the other car, the false buttons. Right now, they have in this car you have two buttons put in place. So the one with the light on is your blind spot detection, and the next one over is your lane keep assist. That lane keep assist again uses that camera we just talked about, helps keep you centered in the lane. What trim gives you push button start and LED daytime running lights? Well, that's a good question. This one has the LED daytime running lights. We'll show you that closer to the end of the video. And the push button start, I believe, is the next trim up. Maybe one more above that. I'll have to forgive me on that. I just top of my head, that one thing slipped my mind. Over here, same exact thing as the other car. So it looks like there's not a lot of change sitting in the driver's seat, other than those two buttons over here. The steering wheel is the same. Automatic headlights is the same. Wipers are all the same. Cruise control is the same, and the Bluetooth control. So that's why that LX is a really good buy. You still have Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, same type of backup camera, same climate system here as well. So you're thinking, okay, do I really need to jump up? Well, let's talk about a couple of features that may be worth jumping up about. This one right here has this phone setting, or the place where you can put your phone, has that wireless phone charging. That's super helpful here. So when you put the wireless phone or your phone there, it'll wirelessly charge, and that's kind of helpful. The other little difference is maybe a minor one, but this one has the dual USB ports and a 12-volt port, whereas the last car had the 12-volt port there. I don't think there's a need for 12-volt ports in the front of any cars anymore, so you do have USBs here instead. Is it hard to get a car if you're an international student? Simple thing is to just call our sales team, 519-304-6542. They'd be happy to help you out, and they can go through that for you. Coming down here, same type of thing. The gear shift here is a leather wrapped here. I believe on the other car it's not, even though the steering wheel is leather wrapped. Down here, rump roasters like we talked about before, heated seats, but now there's that heated steering wheel as well. So once you have a heated steering wheel, you don't want to go back. That's just one of those features that's pretty cool feature. Pretty cool, actually pretty hot feature. But that is a pretty nice feature to have. I drive a vehicle. One of my vehicles does not have it, and it always seems like it's just missing once you get used to it. But heated seats, of course, front and rear there. So inside, again, very, very similar. The big difference is that jump up in safety features and the wireless phone charging, this heated steering wheel, and we're going to talk about a few other things. So let's take a look as we look at the back seat. There are some differences there too. Actually, you know what? I'll take your questions real quickly, and then we'll go to the back seat. I do want to point out some differences. There is a lighting difference. We'll show you that in a second. You have an LED daytime running lights on this car, and we can show you that easily with the two cars in the bay here together. I just want to make sure if you guys are asking questions that I'm not missing them. Come on. There we go. I'm back to the right spot on my screen here. Okay, literally going back to work out numbers on a Forte EX tonight with my local dealer. All right, I wish we were your local dealer. Okay. You guys are calling somebody honorable general manager of Brantford Kia. Who's that? Okay. Okay, what trim gives you push button start? We'll talk about that in a second. That one I forgot, but we can find that out in a minute. Lane assist camera, wireless CarPlay, no. Okay. Is the vent behind there, although it's not wireless charging? Okay, so the vent, that's a good question. In that wireless charging area on the Seltos, there is a vent if it has wireless charging. I don't believe this one has the vent. If there's not a vent, there's not a vent. Or if there's not a charge, there's not a vent as well. And yeah, on this car, it does not have a vent back here. On the Seltos, there's an extra little vent there on that wireless phone charge. So that's a good question to ask. Okay. I think what I'm going to do is jump into, just let me show you a spec sheet for a second. Can you show it in blue color, please? Maybe. I don't know. Do I have it out here? I do not. Do I have it out here? Oh, yeah, I do. Let's look at the blue right now. There's your blue. Isn't it pretty? I'm looking through a window. It's actually a nicer blue than that. So it looks nicer in person than in camera. But there we go. Real quick, I'm going to show you a spec sheet for a second. This is one of those sheets we're not supposed to show anybody, so the first thing I do is show it to you. The EX adds the blind spot detection, rear cross traffic alerts. We'll talk about that later if you want. lane keep assist, driver attention alert, tire pressure monitoring system, different wheels. You probably figured that out. LED, where are we? LED daytime running light, position lights, chrome belt line, exhaust tip, gloss black. Heated steering wheel, rear climate vents, rear center armrests with cup holders. We'll show you that. In other words, it has a cup holder. Illuminated vanity mirrors with hydrographic dash. Oh, I don't know about that. Wireless cell charger and 6 speakers. So that is the differences between the two. Let me just show you what we're talking about in the lighting department, because that's something that looks pretty cool. However, if you're still looking at that LX model, you may want to consider that still, because some of these may or may not matter to you. Okay, we got the lights on in the one car. Let me turn the lights on in the other car. And then I want to show you back seat. We will show you trunk space probably if you want. I forgot Teddy in the other room, but I can grab him if I need to. If anybody from the dealership's watching and they want to get the teddy bear for me, that would be fine. If they don't, that's fine too. I don't know if anybody's watching. I know we're busy today, so we'll see. All right, we're going to look at the LX headlights first. Remember, we already showed you these ones. Now, a couple things. High beams are there. Low beams are here. There is no X pattern of lighting, but you will see there's an X pattern of just plastic. So the detail is there. Now we're going to look over here. On this car, the headlights are on. And you can see that X pattern is lit. Now the headlights here are still the halogen headlights. So actual lighting from your driver's seat onto the road, same exactly. However, the look of this car with the headlights off, almost Porsche-like. The Porsche has those 4 LEDs and the camera's kind of washing it out here. But you can see those 4 LEDs, they're bright white. So they look cool when the headlights are off, when it's just daytime running lights. And actually, I can probably show you what that look is by just doing this. There we go. So there's those daytime running lights that, again, they look pretty cool. They may flicker on camera here, but they're much brighter than they look on camera. And it gives you kind of a cool mini Porsche look from the front with those 4 LEDs. And again, the camera's just blending them in, making them look regular. Out back, let's take a look at the lights. I'll show you if there's any difference. Only the LXS has fog lights. That is an American car. In Canada, we don't get fog lights. So some of us are a little upset about that. And we're questioning head office about that. All right, so lighting is actually the same on both cars. What I want to show you is that it goes from here into there. This here is not actually a light. That's just a mirrored look, so it kind of blends it together. Higher trim cars, you can have some LED lighting. The GTs, some of them have LED lighting, and they look pretty sharp, but lighting's the same out back. It's just those LEDs out front. I'm going to show you rear seat now. Just take a quick look here. I'll jump in the other car, but I want to show you this one first. All right, there's the armrest with the cup holders, and there's a vent in the armrest over there. These are plastic back seats. That's hard plastic. They're easy to wipe down if you've got kids. The one side over there has the cargo net. There is a bottle holder in the door on both doors. And of course, power windows is standard. I'll jump in the other one to show headroom, but take a quick peek at that and let's compare it. What do you lose by moving to the LX? You save some money, but you're going to lose some features. No armrest in there. So there's no armrest at all. And this is probably not the best car to jump in. I'll go back to the other car because I got to move some mats here and that's going to skew how I look. Also, no vent back here. Also, no cargo net over there. However, the doors still have the bottle holders, so you can have a place to stick a bottle. I wouldn't stick a coffee in there because that'll be messy. But there's the doors there. It's got some shipping plastic still on here. All right, let's compare headroom and legroom. The red car is just what I'll use because there's no mats in there. We'll look at that real quick. And let's make sure the front seat is where I need it. I believe I drove this car in. I don't think I drove the other car in. All right, so the front seat's where I need it. Very comfortable. I could probably tilt it a little bit forward, but that's okay if I lose some legroom. So again, I could tilt this a little bit forward, but it's not going to bother me. All right, jumping in here. Let's go for headroom. We get to show my new glasses again, which I'm still getting used to. Headroom. I'm 6 feet tall. Plenty of headroom. A lot of SUVs don't have this kind of headroom. I don't fit in a lot of SUVs like the Honda HR-V. Some of those I feel very tight because it curls back and I hit my head here. So not great for headroom in those SUVs, yet plenty of headroom in this small car. Other thing we've talked about a lot, I'm the kind of person that likes to rest my legs on the seat. I don't want to have my knees up here like you used to in the older cars. This one, they're on the seat. And again, knee room here while we're looking at that. Come on, camera. Tons of it. I mean, plenty of knee room. I'm 6 feet tall. You could fit a 6'3", 6'4" person in here. They're going to get tight on the headroom. You know, maybe, because again, somebody who's 3 inches taller than me is going to probably be 1.5 inches here. And you're going to be 1.5 inches knee space. So pretty good. You guys like the glasses. I am still getting used to them, but thank you for complimenting them. I appreciate that. I spend all kinds of money on them. All right. Here's the vents here. Nicely positioned. You can turn them on and off and aim them. And of course, there's that cargo net over there. So lots of space in this smaller car for a larger person. No, I'm not a large person, but I am 6 feet. Yeah, you guys are real nice. It's nice to know you guys appreciate the glasses. I mean, I can buy glasses. I can't buy the baldness. That's something I've worked on all my life. All right, trunk space we could show maybe in another video if you guys really want it. We'll look at that. Is there anything that you guys want to see in these cars that I haven't shown? Keep those glasses on in every video. I might have to. They're telling me to wear them as much as I can. Okay. Does Kia pay for glasses? No. Does the Forte sedan? So the Forte sedans do not have a sunglasses case. Oh, okay. I think they do. So we're talking. Speaking of glasses, let's just look up. So the Seltos and the K5 have now lost a place to stick your glasses, but these cars still have it. Now, those don't have that, but the Forte does. What I do is all of the glasses, whether it's sunglasses or otherwise, I put them in a hard case anyways, and I always throw mine in the armrest. That seems like a counterintuitive thing for some people to do. Oh no, lost audio. Oh, we're back. Okay, good. Audio's back. Albert, give me a thumbs up if the audio's back. Anyways, what I do is sounds like we're back with audio though, right? Somebody give me. Oh boy, we're back. Okay, so we're back. Audio's good. Okay. So people give me a hard time sometimes. What I do is I take my sunglasses and other glasses and I throw them in a hard case in the armrest. I get that that's different for people. Um, I I just tend to get used to that. So in the Celtos, in the K5, that is something you guys will have to get used to. I didn't design the car. I get why you like the glasses up there. I just happen to never use it myself, so it's not a huge deal to me. But those are gone. And these cars, you do have it. Let's grab Teddy for 1 second, just because I do want to show you the trunk and the way it works with the key. So bear with me. I'm going to make sure nobody's out here that doesn't want to be on video. We're good. Those of you who want to see my workspace, here it is. Here's my teddy bear. Teddy bear is what we use for measuring trunk space, and he's pretty helpful. Let me show you why I want to grab him for this car, because let me grab the key. I want to show you how this works on the Forte, which works well. Do not lose your glasses. Don't lose the teddy bear. Yeah, the glasses story is actually a funny story. I was being interviewed by the media, and I got hungry. So instead of staying by the podium I was standing at, I decided to go with him to get pizza, and I left my glasses there. That's how I lost the first set. All right, enough about me. I want to show you the key for a second here. This is our standard key on a lot of our cars now. There is a button here to open the trunk. Now, these are keyed cars, so you're going to have the key in your hand anyways. You can pop it through a little tab beside the driver's side door, or you can just do this. And if I hold that down, the trunk opens, and that's pretty easy. Now, normally it opens a little higher than that, but there we go. So there's the trunk. One thing about sedans that people forget is they have a much longer trunk floor than all of these SUVs. So let me show you what I mean by that. If you're comparing videos or comparing cars and you look at my videos, I often use my teddy bear as a trunk measurement tool. So you can sort of see if I fill the camera with the trunk, like on a Telluride, I could fill this screen with the trunk and it would look the same size as this. Right now you have teddy bear's back is touching the backrest, and you can see there's a lot of floor space. I could fit a second teddy bear almost in there. Something like the 2020 Kia Soul right here, which just happens to be here for delivery in a few minutes. The rear seat to the trunk, when I put teddy bear in there and I put his belly against the back seat, the end of the Soul is basically right at teddy bear. So you can see if you liked having a lot of floor space, moving away from an SUV actually gives you more space. Technically, there's more cargo volume in a car with a hatchback because you can stack it to the roof. However, you can see if you're not stacking large things to the roof, you don't need the massive opening. You're going to get more floor space over here. Where are the hubcaps for the Soul? This person bought with winter tires. Obviously, they chose to go with just the steel rims for the winter tires. So that's what they're doing with that car. That's a good question, though. And that's one thing to consider as well. Before I shut the trunk, I'm going to take Teddy Bear out of here because I've been known to lose him. One thing to keep in mind, if you're putting winter tires on either of these cars, the cheapest way to put winter tires on is to put them on separate rims. It costs you money to take the tires off the rims every time and rebalance them. It's less expensive to just buy steel rims. Now, if you want to buy cheap steel rims, which is why we buy them, they're cheap steel rims, you can do that. But just keep in mind, on this car with the cheap steel rims, you're going to have that black tire look we just showed you on the Soul, whereas on that car, you're going to have the identical look. You have the exact same look because behind these wheel covers is a black steel rim. So you buy an identical black steel rim, you put the same wheel covers on for your winter tires, and you keep the look of the car on the LX. On the LX, can you upgrade the wheels? You can upgrade the wheels in any car you want. Can you get hubcaps at Canadian Tire for steel rims? Yeah, you can get them at Canadian Tire. You can also get them from us. So there's options for you there. But just keep in mind, if you don't want that black rim, you can have the exact same look on the LX because those hubcaps will fit the steel rims that we can put on there for you. So there's something good for you. All right, 33 people are on. Usually we have 150 to 170 people on these videos over the course of the half hour that we do this. I'm still looking for 30 likes. If all of you hit the like button right now, we're going to blow past that 32 or 30 likes. And do me a favor, do they come with a spare tire? I believe they do not, but let's just double check. This is not a Kia thing. I am with you guys. Some of you like this and some of you don't. This one does have tire pressure monitors. That one does not. Let's just pop the trunk again, and I'll show you what you do get. So here's a pro and a con of a inflator kit. Pro is you get a ton of space underneath the floor there. The inflator kit, the other pro is if your tires are low, and you do have tire pressure monitors, if the tires are low, you can fill them up with that little inflator kit right there. The con, of course, is you don't have a spare tire. They are doing this in all kinds of cars. This one will not have a spare because this one does not, and this one's a lower trim. The reason they're doing this, they say, is for fuel efficiency reasons, and that is absolutely one of the reasons they're doing it. The competitiveness of fuel efficiency ratings in small cars is crazy, and in many government situations, in many countries, there's a penalty for having vehicles that are not very efficient. So every tiny bit of fuel efficiency you can gain is there. The other thing is the spare tire has a cost to it, and Kia at this point is not paying for that, it seems. That's one of the things just to be honest about. If you do want a spare tire in either of these cars, you can still get a kit. You can do that at time of purchase. You can do that after purchase. We can throw it in there with the styrofoam, the jack, everything else you would need. So you do have that. Keep in mind the tire pressure monitors come standard on this car. They're not standard and they're not available on the LX model. So there's that. All right, is there any other questions that you guys had? Let me just skim through. If there's something I missed, feel free to throw it in the question section there again. Struggling to get to my 30 likes today, so that's, I guess, where we're going to be. My Soul and most Fortes here are sold with a spare tire. Yep, that's true. 2021 Sorrento. Okay. Information for the 2021 Sorrento is online. We have 16 of them on order. Trust me, guys. As soon as we have that car, I will put it up on my Instagram. I will get it in the video bay as quickly as we can. We'll go through that car. We'll probably spend an hour. Hey, there's Tim. Tim, when's the 2021 Sorrento coming in?
21 Sorrentos.
They can't hear you. So 21 Sorrento. No, they can't hear you.
So we're hoping the next couple weeks.
So we're hoping next couple of weeks for those. So they are online. The Canadian ads are saying December. Yes. So we are finding we're hoping to see them in November. So they're ready for December, but we don't know. Yes. So there's that question answered there. What else we got? That's all we had. So Tim's heading out. You want to grab teddy bear, Tim? All right, so I think that's all we've got today. So we're going to go tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to look at the Kia Sportage SX. That is the black one here. I can show you. It just arrived today, so we'll have it cleaned up. We'll throw it in here tomorrow. And there we go. And, hope the meeting went well with the Kia representative. Which questions were asked? I'm still sorting through. Some of the questions you guys asked, like one of the questions you guys asked was, so yesterday we talked to a Kia, we have a regular Kia rep that shows up here. He's been meeting with us virtually until yesterday because of coronavirus. But he did show up yesterday. He bought us lunch because I pressured him into doing that. Anyways, we talked about what are some questions we want to ask head office. One of the questions you guys asked was, will the Kia Soul be available with the turbo? Basically, they won't break news here, so they won't answer that. Forte fog lights, I did ask. We all sort of feel the same thing. It's a price thing, but we'll continue to see if they'll do that. And yeah, so we did ask some questions. I have to dig through a few more that I'll give to them. But there are questions you guys asked that I just know they're not going to give us an answer to. They won't announce a new vehicle on Brand for Kia's YouTube channel. They will announce it on their own. So fog light should be standard. Yeah, I think we'll all push for that. Certainly we'll make our push and see if they'll put that on. But I don't know that we should hold out for it. Okay, I think that's all we got today. We're going to wrap it up there, guys. Thanks for watching. Like I said, tomorrow we'll do the thing. What is smart cruise control? I can answer that tomorrow when we have a car with that. So tune in tomorrow. We'll talk about smart cruise control. And thanks, guys. Have a great day. Thanks for being nice about my glasses. And we will see you again tomorrow.